Kṛṣṇa. In this video I am going to tell the 15th story from Kṛṣṇa book, Killing of Dhenukāsura. So let's start the story. Sri Kṛṣṇa, along with his elder brother Balarama, passed the childhood age and now both of them are 6 years old. At that time, all the cowherd men conferred and agreed to give those boys who had passed their 5th year charge of the cows in the pasturing ground. Given charge of the cows, Kṛṣṇa and Balarama traversed Vrindavana, purifying the land with their footprints. Accompanied by the cowherd boys and Balarama, Kṛṣṇa brought forward the cows and played on his flute through the forest of Vrindavana, which was full of flowers, vegetables, and pasturing grass. The Vrindavana forest was as sanctified as the clear mind of a devotee and was full of bees, flowers, and fruits. There were chirping birds and clear water lakes with waters that could relieve one of all fatigue. Sweet flavored breezes blew always, refreshing the mind and the body. Kṛṣṇa with his friends and Balarama entered the forest and enjoyed the atmosphere to the fullest extent. Kṛṣṇa saw all the trees overloaded with fruits and fresh twigs coming down to touch the ground as if welcoming him by touching his lotus feet. He was very pleased by the behavior of the trees, fruits, and flowers, and he began to smile, realizing their desires. Kṛṣṇa then spoke to his elder brother Balarama as follows: "My dear brother, you are superior to all of us, and your lotus feet are worshipped by the demigods. Just see how these trees, full with fruits, have bent down to worship your lotus feet. I think the drones that are buzzing all around you must have been your devotees in their past lives. Even though they are trees and animals, these residents of Vrindavana are glorifying you. They are prepared to welcome you to their best capacity. The herbs, creepers, and plants are also so fortunate to touch your lotus feet." In this way, both Lord Kṛṣṇa and Balarama began to enjoy the residents of Vrindavana to their full satisfaction, along with the calves and the cows on the bank of the Yamuna. Kṛṣṇa and Balarama were accompanied by their friends. The boys were singing, imitating the humming sound of the drones, and accompanying Kṛṣṇa and Balarama, who were garlanded with forest flowers. While walking, the boys sometimes imitated the quacking sound of the swans in the lakes, or when they saw the peacocks dancing, they imitated them before Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa also moved his neck, imitating the dancing and making his friends laugh. The cows taken care of by Kṛṣṇa had different names, and Kṛṣṇa would call them with love. After hearing Kṛṣṇa calling, the cows would immediately respond by mooing, and the boys would enjoy this exchange of their heart's content. They would all imitate the sound vibrations made by different kinds of birds, especially peacocks and cuckoos. Sometimes, when they felt some fatigue, they would sit down and Balarama would put his head on the lap of one of the boys just to take rest, and Kṛṣṇa would immediately come and begin massaging the legs of Balarama. When Kṛṣṇa would feel tired and fatigued, he would sometimes take shelter of the root of a big tree or the lap of a cowherd boy and lie down. When he would lie down, some of the boys would come and massage his legs, and some would fan his body with a fan made from leaves. Some of the more talented boys would sing in a very sweet voices to please him. Thus, very soon his fatigue would go away. But despite his appearing just like a village boy, there were occasions when he proved himself to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. While Kṛṣṇa was thus engaged in exhibiting his internal potency, along with the supermost fortunate friends, there occurred another chance for him to exhibit the superhuman powers of Godhead. His most intimate friends, Sridama and Subala, began to address Kṛṣṇa and Balarama with great love and affection thus: "Dear Balarama, you are very powerful. Your arms are very strong. Dear Kṛṣṇa, you are very expert in killing all kinds of disturbing demons. Will you kindly note that just near this place there is a big forest of the name Talavana. This forest is full of palm trees and all the trees are filled with fruits. It is a very nice place, but because of a great demon, Dhenukāsura, it is very difficult to go there. No one can reach the trees to collect the fruits. Dear Kṛṣṇa and Balarama, this demon is present there in the form of an ass, and he is surrounded by similar demon friends who assume the same shape. All of them are very strong, so it is very difficult to approach this place. Dear brothers, you are the only persons who can kill such demons. Other than you, no one can go there for fear of being killed. Not even animals go there, and no birds are sleeping there. They have all left. One can only appreciate the sweet aroma that is coming from that place. It appears that until now, no one has tasted the sweet fruits there. Dear Kṛṣṇa, to tell you frankly, we are very attracted by this sweet aroma. Dear Balarama, let us all go there and enjoy these fruits. The aroma of the fruits is now spread everywhere. Don't you smell it from here? When Balarama and Kṛṣṇa were thus requested by their smiling intimate friends, they were inclined to please them and they began to proceed towards the forest, surrounded by all their friends. Immediately upon entering the Talavana, Balarama began to yank the trees with his arms, exhibiting the strength of an elephant. Because of this jerking, all the ripe fruits fell down on the ground. Upon hearing the sound of the falling fruits, the demon Dhenukāsura, who was living there in the form of an ass, began to approach with great force, shaking the whole field so that all the trees began to move as if there was an earthquake. The demon appeared first before Balarama and began to kick his chest with his hind legs. At first, Balarama did not say anything, but the demon, with great anger, began to kick him again and again. This time, Balarama immediately caught hold of the legs of the ass with one hand and wheeling him around, threw him into the tree tops. While he was being wheeled around by Balarama, the demon lost his life. Balarama threw the demon into the biggest palm tree about, and the demon's body was so heavy that the palm tree fell upon other trees, and several fell down. It appeared as if a great hurricane had passed through the forest, and all the trees were falling down one after another. After the demon was thrown into the trees, all the friends and associates of Dhenukāsura immediately assembled and attacked Balarama and Kṛṣṇa with great force. They were determined to retaliate and avenge the death of their friend. But Kṛṣṇa and Balarama began to catch each of the asses by the hind legs and exactly in the same way wheel them around. Thus they killed all of them by throwing them into the palm trees. Hearing of this great incident, the demigods from the higher planets began to shower flowers on Kṛṣṇa and Balarama and began to beat their drums and offer devotional prayers. A few days after the killing of Dhenukāsura, people began to come into the Talavana forest to collect the fruits. When Kṛṣṇa, Balarama and their friends entered the village of Vrindavana, they played their flutes, and the boys praised their uncommon activities in the forest. Both Kṛṣṇa and Balarama played their flutes, and the young gopis were joyous to see Kṛṣṇa returning home. Kṛṣṇa, while playing the flute, enjoyed the beautiful smiling faces of the gopis. Then Kṛṣṇa and Balarama were immediately received by their affectionate mothers, Yashoda and Rohini. They very nicely took care of their children by bathing and dressing them. Both Kṛṣṇa and Balarama looked refreshing and very beautiful. Then they were given palatable dishes by their mothers and they pleasantly ate everything. After eating, they very quickly fell fast asleep. In this way, Kṛṣṇa and Balarama used to enjoy Vrindavana life as cowherd boys. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 15th chapter of Kṛṣṇa, killing of Dhenukāsura. Thank you. Hare Krishna.